Hello, so in this video we're going to be taking a look at what operators are and how we can use them in our C# scripts. But to start off, let's have a look. What are operators? Recognize these symbols? Well, you should. Most likely you've known what these are since school. And I know you're probably thinking, Christian, I know how to add, why are you making a video on it? Well, when we use these symbols in code, they work a whole different way depending on what context we use them in and how we want to use them. This is why it's important we get a good grasp of these now, just so we know how to use them later on when we're looking at more complex coding concepts. My name's Christian and this is Learning C# in Unity. So, with operators, we can group their usage into three categories. We have arithmetic operators, assignment operators, and comparison operators. So, arithmetic operators are the symbols that you're going to use to perform basic arithmetic operations. And this is the same as how we use them in everyday life. Add, subtract, multiply, divide, so on and so forth. So that's pretty simple. But next up, we have assignment operators, and they look like this. Notice how with this use of the operator, we either use or follow the operator with an equals sign. So these are the operators that we use when we're assigning value to a variable, and you're most likely very familiar with the equals sign so far. But what about the other ones? So when we use these, what we're essentially saying is, we take the value of this variable, we apply the arithmetic operation of this to the variable, and then we assign the output back to the initial variable. If you don't get it, let's have a look at an example. Say we've declared a float variable of my number and assigned it a value of 1. So then we want to add 2 to that value and reassign the value to my number. We would write my number plus equals 2. Is essentially the same as saying my number equals my number plus 2. And that works exactly the same with all the other operators, like so. Lastly, we have comparison operators, and these are used, as the name suggests, to compare variables or data to one another. This is usually done in conditional statements, which we'll be looking into more next episode. For instance, this following code will execute the statement if the value of my number is equal to 3. And that's it. Hopefully you now have a strong idea of what operators are and how and when we'll need to use them. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video or find it helpful, please like, subscribe and leave a comment below. And join me for the next episode where we're going to be looking at conditional and switch statements.